Hello, I'm talking to you today about our preservation and restoration of the Gulf of Mexico project, or the Slim Spurling Project, and simply because we are using all of Slim's inventions. And I'm Katarina Spurling-Kaffl, Slim's wife, and I'm very happy to explain to you again how to use the tools. Some of you have already purchased tools from us, and this is also for our new research group who is actually donated their time and agreed to volunteer to run the harmonizers in locations where we found the best effect in helping with the Gulf of Mexico and the situation we have now in June of 2010. So I would like to start first with the environmental harmonizer. This unit, I only have a silver-plated one at this point, but usually the first ones were all gold-plated. And this little unit has been
Pull it out. There we go. We can see it nice and beautifully like that.
As the name is saying, it helps with the environment. It's cleaning the environment. It has been known to divert tornadoes. People said, oh, you know, we had weather warning tornado to our city, and at night I run the harmonizer, and at night the weather people said, look at the satellite pictures. We don't know what happened, but the tornado went right around our city. And we have many reports like that. So this one, it is basically, it comes with a CD, and what you do is you either put earphones on the CD, or you put the harmonizer in front of a boombox, put the CD in, and have the volume very low. And this is for all the CDs. This is the environmental clearing CD. Now, the latest information we have about that is if you turn the CD around and you put the harmonizer on the CD, that it would be capable of picking up the frequency and it broadcasts it just like if you run it. So I don't have any evidence, but I have known so many different psychics told us over the years that I just want to give you the information, and I would recommend try it and see if it actually does give you the same results as if you just run it in the boombox. Sometimes if you are like traveling, this one comes with a smaller CD now, so you can have it in the box and put it on there so it can protect you in your travels. I always have one of those in my carry-on when I'm flying, when I'm traveling. I never be without a harmonizer. Now the next one, and this was also the unit that Slim used for the Denver Clearing Project in March of 1994. Where Slim and Melchizedek worked on the Denver Cleaning Project. That was the little unit that was used then.
Now you're saying the Denver Clearing Project?
Yeah. You can read about it on the, in Slim Spurling's Universe. In the book it's mentioned in there. And Houma Melchizedek mentioned those projects in 2 of his books. He goes into detail on that. So I just don't remember the title of the book now, I'm sorry. But it was in the first chapter, you know, like very early, page 16 or somewhere, really early in the book, you'll find it.
Okay.
Now this unit, and the harmonizer comes not only with a CD, but it also comes with a ring. And depending on the size of the harmonizer, like the environmental harmonizer has a smaller ring. And the ring is basically to either clean the harmonizer from where Slim is now. He told us it would be a good idea, maybe once a week, put the harmonizer in the ring overnight to clean it. But also, when the harmonizer is in the ring, it seems to contain the field of the harmonizer to the size of the ring. And so I tell you later when you want to use that. But for now, if you want to use it, put it on the CD, or put it in front of the boombox and run the CD, or put earphones on it and then run the frequency through it. Now the next unit is the agricultural harmonizer. And the agricultural harmonizer is Slim wanted to have a wider effect, so this one has about 65 miles radius. This smaller one has about 15 miles radius. And what we found out lately was that the sacred cubit measurement seems to be working more on the air, and the lost cubit measurement seems to be working more on the soil and the water. So we started making, you see the difference? I always tell people sacred S for smaller, L for lost for larger. So this is like my bridge how to make it work. Sacred cubit has a frequency of 144 megahertz. Lost cubit has a frequency of 177 megahertz. And you can find more detailed information on our website, which is ix-el.com. So the purpose of this video is basically to show you how to use what you've got to make a difference in our project of restoring and preserving the Gulf of Mexico. So this big one, and I just demonstrate them in the way they were found. This one Slim called a storm chaser. And when we were in when Katrina hit New Orleans, we were in Germany, and Slim was very upset about it. And the moment we came home, he started making those big units, and he sent them out to Galveston, to Peninsula, and to other locations where the damage, where Hurricane Rita and Wilma would have hit. And so if you remember, the damage was about 10% of what they predicted. And I think our tools had a great impact as well, of course, as all the other efforts. You know, people do prayers, do activities, and I think it's just a joint effort, you know. So the harmonizer is working with the consciousness of people, and it is just amplifying what we are putting out. So we want to really put our focus on what we want, and this is what we are getting out with the harmonizers. So now we have started making other units, and this one is called a Matrix 22, and this is the unit we have been sending out to special occasions for our preservation and restoration of the Gulf of Mexico. This is called a Matrix 22, and it has a sacred cubit harmonizer inside. That would be this little one. And then on the outside, it has a lost cubit harmonizer. So what we found, and what we still do it the way Slim did it, and Slim had always clairvoyants and psychic people who helped with the research, because there were basically no funding for getting, you know, lab tests and all that kind of thing. So anyway, and I'm sure you agree with me, you know. So this unit for our special research group, you get a little box with that. You want to hook it on, put it in a power outlet. Oops. And then you put the Matrix 22, or if you got the bigger one, the Storm Chaser, you put the Storm Chaser on it, and then you run it 24/7. And again, the volume does not have to be loud. It is a frequency, it's not the music. It's not very pleasant, believe me.